Oh my goodness. I'm so happy you guys are here. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It's like 4:30 in the UK. Hey, Corey. And you're here. So thanks for showing up. Yay. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. I see all your names flying by so quickly. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Heather. Hi, Kristen. Yay, you made it. I saw quite a few. Hello, Andrea. I saw quite a few of you guys saying, I made it for the first time, or I showed up. I got in. So, yay. Thank you, my little fairy lights. So, we are having something of an informal late night crafting club because I had all these auspicious plans for my late night crafty clubs, but it's really difficult to like do fantastic things when I have we're filming this on my phone, and I don't have all my fancy equipment, so I can't really kind of show you like fun crafty things. A lot of my stuff is still packed up. Hi, Ricky Carter. So this is sort of like truly like more of like a chat room tonight. And I wanted to show you guys a few things that I had going on here. Stuff, my kind of takeaways that I got from the club, or not club, camp. It's been a long week. How many of you guys have had a really long week? I feel like at the end of a long week, I feel like I'm not talking as good. I don't have all my bearings. So, do I have a lot of amen sisters? Me, long week, me. Yay, we're all in good company. So we will all show each other grace for not being incredibly put together. And right now I am looking for I need a sec. One sec. I need my rubber band. It's right there up on the counter. Thank you. So I'm sorry, you guys. I have to. How many of you guys at the end of the week, you know what? It's not even at the end of the week. It's at the end of the day. All you want to do is put your hair up. Get it away from your face. So, yay. I got my whoop. Buns up. Okay. Oh, I am so glad that you guys are here. And it's Friday night. It's our last camp night. Well, it's not our last night in camp, but it's our last late night crafty club in the camp. Hi, Miss Angela. You're here. Yay. Some of my friends have been not around lately, so I get excited when I see your little faces. And we're getting a phone call on the phone I'm using to record this, so I can't even see you guys right now. So
you hit decline if you want.
Okay, hang on. Super professional, like hitting the decline. Don't want your phone call. We've been getting so many like spam phone calls lately. It's
at least
crazy. Okay, so I'm trying to get my bearings. So we were driving home from our office in Tacoma, and we were driving down here to where we're staying, which is usually a 40-minute drive, and there was a horrible car accident on the freeway. So we were like literally in a parking lot, and so that's why we're a little bit running behind tonight. But one of the things about that is, first of all, when you're sitting in a traffic jam that's like a parking lot, and you hear sirens approaching, and you see paramedics, there should be I feel like there should be part of you that rises above the inconvenience, and you just start praying for the individual that all those emergency vehicles are rushing to. And I was just really amazed at how many people just sat there frozen on the freeway while an ambulance was trying to get through to the accident. Oh my gosh, it just made you crazy. Like, get out of the way. That's somebody's parent. That's someone's that someone's kid that could be, there. So as we approached the accident, I was shocked because I personally have never gotten to an accident site and seen it involved an RV. And Mr. Crafty and I looked at each other, and it was kind of like, I don't know, it was a little unsettling to see an RV and the entire front of it was completely smashed. It was just like ours. It was like a motor coach style, and it had slammed face, like just boom, right into the back of a semi truck. So the entire front of the RV was crushed. And there were firemen with hoses, and they were like spraying water everywhere. So I don't know if it started to catch on fire, but it was very sobering. RVs are like no joke. They can be very dangerous. There's a lot of, you don't realize it till you get in one, how powerful and big, and just, you feel like you're sitting up on top of the road, and any little tiny thing you do is just magnified because of the size of it. Every little thing you do, putting your brakes on, moving over, every little thing, I feel like it's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes when I'm sitting in the front, just as the passenger, I'm like, eek, every time we get on the freeway. So, so far our RV living has just been one craziness thing after another. We're just sort of shaking our head like, maybe there's a reason all of this stuff keeps happening, that we are not, that we're kind of stuck where we are. We finally got to a place where we could pack up everything and take the RV to Camping World, which was going to do this final repair, an extremely expensive repair. And we waited 3 weeks for this appointment, and they get it, and the next day they tell us, oh, sorry, we were given the wrong parts for it. So every single company that we've dealt with, every single one, you wait weeks for them to do something, and then you find out we don't have the right parts. We can't get the parts. The manufacturer's not answering the phone. It was, it's so frustrating because we've owned this for months and months and have gone almost nowhere because of all the different things that have happened. And so one of the things though that we sort of like take in stride is that, I believe that things happen for reasons, and that this isn't an accident and all of that. So there's part of me that just goes, well, this wasn't God's plan for me to move forward, and being here, there's a reason. So it's kind of interesting because I think that in many ways, how many of us have ever like prayed for patience? A lot of times I remember this when I was a new Christian, my pastor would tell us, you better be careful what you pray for. And when you pray for patience, one of the things that's going to happen is your kids are going to act up. Things are going to get harder to deal with in life, because how you deal with patience, how you get patience, is by exercising it like a muscle. So I definitely feel like, although it's inconvenient and it's extremely disappointing and it's very frustrating, and it's just like we went through all the trouble of breaking everything down, all the work of taking it all apart to drive it up there and have to take it right back down and set up camp again. All of that is just such a small little blip, on the I don't know, the timeline of my life. And so I have to accept that there's a reason why. There is a reason. And so, and I'm okay with that, but boy, it's taken a lot to get used to this life. It is not like living in an apartment or a house. You can't just call maintenance and ask for them to come over. I've been a renter most of my life. So, that has been wonderful at times, because anything that goes wrong, you just make a phone call and someone comes and fixes it. So this is not like that. But I definitely want to continue to have a really good attitude. These are small things to deal with, and I have something, in the back of my mind. I always think, but I'm still alive, and I have my health, and I have, you go through your little list of gratitude of the things you have, and seriously, like that is the thing that really, I I I think all of us, it sounds a little cliche about, count your blessings, but honestly, it does make such a difference when you just start, and I'm saying it out loud makes an even bigger difference. So I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I ate dinner tonight. I'm grateful that I had gas in my car to take me to the office and back again. Just anything and everything, because that, just thinking about what I do have, really made the frustration level come on down. And and it's not the worst thing in the world. While I've been here, I've just been planning all my workshops for the year, so I've been getting those all lined up, and having things ahead of me that I have planned out. So I'm trying to get all my little Texas visits on them, on my calendar and everything. So that's been something that it's just been keeping me preoccupied, and getting all my the workshop details kind of ironed out, and like what I want to focus on in each class, and the kits, the exclusive gorgeous kits that I'm going to have for the Faithful Girl Planner Workshop, the Faithful Listers Workshop that I have, and then I'll be offering a Traveler Girl workshop and a Crafty Girl workshop. So I'm just going to focus on continuing on what I have been called to do, and just, and it'll all work out. We'll leave when we're supposed to leave, and I'm just going to continue moving forward in my mind, because that's all I can do. So to that point, I wanted to mention that I have been, like I said, getting things on the books, and one of the things that we're working on, we have so many different like deadlines. Everything feels like it's due together. We want to get the digital shop launched, which I wanted to bring up that tonight, just to give you a hi Adele. I wanted to give you a heads up that I know I've been saying all month long, I'm going to launch the digital store, and I could launch the digital store. I could. But the truth is, if I don't launch it in amazingness, I would feel like I let you guys down, and I let me down. So, because we've worked so hard on making it be beautiful. So there's some extra product I want to get in there, and there's just things that need to be tweaked. And I appreciate all of you awesome girls that tested the process for me, that went in the store and put things in your carts and all that. And I love that. Thank you. So we're going to be bumping out the launch date a little bit further. But I want to tell you that when you finally do get to go into the digital store, yay, you're going to see some of the things that I've like tried to focus on, teaching you guys, like having the paper punch buffet. So there'll be actual products for your own paper punch buffet. So, and then we're going to have these lovely covers that you guys can use to put on your notebooks and planners. So we'll have these, and we're going to have all these fun like sticker, like I call them snippets, but they're like sheets that you can punch and cut and embellish with, and they'll be based on some of our past kits, and then there's some that are based on themes. So that's going to be a big focus for us, is getting lots and lots of stuff into the digital store. We will continue selling our kits. So the collections that we roll out every month, we're going to continue doing those. And then we will be offering these limited edition sticker bundles of just specially designed stickers. They're a one-time sale. So that's kind of going to be what our new store looks like, because we're RV living now. And Sunday is our last day in our commercial space. So it's kind of sad when I was seeing all the stuff that we have to like break down and get rid of, and all the million racks that we have. So we will be working on that this weekend, breaking it all down. And we still have lots of planner stylist kits, Faithful Girl inserts, Boss Girl inserts. So those will all stay, we will keep those, and they're going to go into storage for right now. And then I'm going to probably sell those at workshops when I teach, at workshops and retreats, because I am going to be doing retreats this year. I have so many plans. I've really, really, really been thinking about Camp Reset was very inspiring for me. It was very inspiring to offer that opportunity and then to see you guys have so much fun. So that's really been inspiring to me about doing these things in real life and doing them in online versions and different ideas that I have. And so that's going to be something I focus on. So I wanted to be able to have like a little pop-up shop at, you know, different locations that we do. So there's just so much going on, but it is a lot of change. I feel like in many ways I'm going through this transition of minimalizing our business, and then, you know, and being, my brand is sort of evolving. I really am evolving to more than just being, I don't want you guys just to think of me like I'm just a planner girl. I want you guys to experience so much more of my brand and what all my little plans are for you guys, because really my joy comes from encouraging you, and my joy comes from coming up with all these ideas of ways to give you guys experiences and products that are more meaningful. I put a lot of my heart into them, and I want you guys to feel that when you get it. And so that's kind of going to be the focus. And so the digital store will be great for those of you who live in other parts of the world and shipping is crazy expensive from the US. This will be a great alternative. And for those of you who love digital, I love digital. I love being able to print on demand. If I feel like I just need a few, you know, journal cards, and especially when you are like small space living, this is going to be great for those of you who just like want to keep things minimal. Digital is the way to go because you can print when you need it, and it's all waiting for you on your computer. It's like you own it forever. So there's a lot of pros to digital. And for those of you who have not tried doing that, you know, it's a matter of just having some good card stock on hand and a decent printer, you know. So yes, I've noticed a lot of you guys here and in the groups have mentioned faith camp. We want a faith camp. I totally agree with you. We are going to have a faith camp. So it's just a matter of getting myself kind of set up. And maybe that's why, you know, a reason is we are kind of still here and not, you know, heading off into the yonder, is because I still have some work to do. And this being stuck here where we are does actually cause you to have to slow down and kind of like focus a bit more. So this is great. You know, when you look at it that way, it can be a really great opportunity. Hello from Hawaii. So I wanted to show you guys a couple things because August is just a couple days away, and which is really crazy when you think about it. This year has flown by. I know sometimes it's when you sit there and think to yourself, like, it's only how many months until Christmas? That's always that sobering thought, isn't it? It's only 4, it's only 5 months until Christmas. That's when it really hits you how fast time is going. So this year has just been the strangest year of my life, and it's just been it's amazing because I spent so much time planning for this year, and I feel like so much has gone differently than I ever imagined. However, the one thing that I did manage to do was launch Camp Reset. So I am like, yay! Good job! Because that was one thing I really wanted to do. So since this is Camp Reset themed late night crafty club, and just pretend I have a little campfire here and I'm sipping cocoa, when in actuality what I'm really sipping tonight is my cranberry peach kombucha. So one of the I had an epiphany today about well, thank you, Miss Veronica. I had an epiphany about Camp Reset and watching you guys interact in camp, watching you guys make all these crafts and paint your rocks and count your steps. And some of you just totally rocked it. Some of you just like brought tears to my eyes on a daily basis, seeing the things that you guys were doing. Like, no joke, you took complete advantage of the opportunity. And thank you very much. This is Kate Spade's straw, by the way. Yes, the woman makes straws. So I applaud my campers that were just so enthusiastic and jumped in and got so much of their badges earned, and things just completely checked off. It was so inspiring, and that's a good thing for all of us as women, to really to admire that. Some of us just couldn't get our acts together. Some of us just had an overflowing plate. Some of us there were so many health issues that cropped up for people, whether it was like their spouse or themselves. There was things beyond some of your control, and that you simply could not participate. But showing up, being there, being part, yes. And the rock painters tonight, I hope a lot of you are sitting here painting rocks while you're listening to this. I see a lot of you saying, I'm painting rocks. So I think that for those of you that rocked it, literally, those of us who didn't, those of us who failed at starting even, that was inspiring for us. And I didn't envy or it didn't make me feel bad, because life is life, and there's just stuff the beyond your control. But it really was inspiring to see people just go do things they wouldn't ordinarily do. Go take that little walk in the nature park in their area, get their husband involved, take their doggies out. Stuff like that, that's just heartwarming. And it makes me feel so good to think that some little idea that I was just sitting here in my little RV coming up with little plans of what could I have them do that would be fun, that you guys did it. So I don't want to get on myself about, you didn't participate and you didn't actually do any of the crafts, because really where I feel like I succeeded for myself is I used my creativity to come up with challenges, to come up with the way I wanted everything to look, and how I wanted, what kind of printables I wanted you guys to have, how you guys were going to do things. And I had a wonderful team. Miss Kelly and Miss Susanna helped me in the execution of some of those pieces, so that we could kind of like get this from beginning to end be a wonderful camp experience for all of you. So I feel like my creativity was really embedded in doing all those things. So although I didn't get to do the actual craft activities, I kind of had an epiphany today and realized, but I was creative, and I did do some of those fantastic things. Did I take steps? No. Did I go for a nature walk? No. So I don't want to give myself too much credit here. But there were a lot of things that I did do in the spirit of camp. And I think if you really were honest with yourself, even if you didn't execute every single challenge, I bet there were things, little things that you could count up that you did execute on that you wouldn't have even thought of last month. So whether it was, I don't know, pinning something to a self-care board. How many of you guys made a Pinterest board for self-care that you did not have last month, but you made it this month? How many of you created a self-care board on Pinterest? Or how many of you read one pin that I put on the Pinterest board? I have like 150 of self-care. See? Me, right? You guys, that's outstanding. For those of you who are like, oh, I suck. I didn't camp. I didn't do anything. You did something you didn't do last month. You did. There are small little things. You can think about your camp reset experience as something that stretches out over the course of months. It might take you till the end of the year before you finish your self-care planner. But by goodness, you've done it. And that's all that matters. So let's try to be focused on the little things that you did accomplish. Did you show up at camp? Did you show up in the Facebook group? If you were in the Facebook group at any time this month, your eyeballs took in all of those inspiring posts and all those things that you saw other women doing. And that's seeing something that I'm sure you thought about it. Wow, I should really do this and I should do that. It made you think about stuff differently than you did in June. So if you walk out of Camp Reset, even if you didn't finish a challenge or earn a badge, I want you to know that you have an honorary badge with me because you're different for this experience. You're a different person today than you were at the beginning of the month because of being in camp, and it made you think about things. And you know what? When you get the time to sit down with your camp materials, or even just your self-care board on Pinterest, there are so many very creative women who are very gifted writers that are very gifted at being very succinct. I'm not one of them, but putting very succinct blog posts together. And I would tell you that if you just read a blog post every single month on your little self-care board that you're pinning, that right there is enough inspiration to keep you going, because those little ideas that people have, they plant themselves. And you may not do it today, but you will do it. These little fairy lights around me, I remember there's actually a pin on my self-care board about, and it's a really popular one. It's towards the bottom because it was one of the very first ones that I ever pinned. And it had to do with establishing an evening routine. And one of the things that I remember the author talks about is how she got like little lights and she kind of put them in around her room, or I think it was around her lights, around her headboard, and she took a picture of it. And I thought that was so inspiring because I could imagine how soothing that would seem because you're dimming the lights. We put these little fairy lights all throughout our RV so that at evening we can turn all the other lights down, and it brings all the energy down in the room and you feel calmer. It feels quieter. I mean, even if you do that, and these little lights are super, are they on Amazon? Did you just post? Yay, Mr. Crafty just posted that blue link up there that says fairy. My husband is not a gifted speller. You're so cute, honey. Fairy. There you go.
That's how I spelled it.
So the little fairy lights, those are so popular, you guys. They're everywhere. And put them in your kids' room. Put them in a little, you can stuff them, people stuff them in a little mason jar and put them on your kids' nightstand.
There's a remote,
and there's, can you see?
Different settings.
There's a remote. How cool is that, right?
Brightness, and there's 10 different ways of doing it.
And so, yeah, which I'm not very gifted with this, I'll tell you that. He's much more the tech guy than I am. So it's got all these little, sorry, pointing it the wrong way. There we go. So here are some ways for you guys to create some self-care, like mood in your house. It's like, well, that doesn't feel very, that's a little obnoxious. All right, let's go back to number 1. I think that was our...
We do 4.
4? Okay. All right, I'm handing over the tech. I told you I'm not good with that. I can't even press a button. But I can spell, so there you go. That's how we have our... that's how our giftings are paired.
Way not cool.
So even stuff like this, just like some of you guys bought books, some of you guys were buying tea and kombucha, and you were making snacks you've never made before and drinks you've never made before. But you know what? Even if you weren't the one who made those things, you got to witness them, you got to see them. You were taking in so much self-care this month that I'm sure on some level there's a part of you, it kind of seeps into your consciousness. It's a little hard to forget. So when you pack your little bags this weekend and we hug and we say goodbye and the sun goes down over Camp Reset, I want you to remember that the self-care and all of that stuff, all that love that you're supposed to show yourself, so it glug, 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 fills up your little, your pitcher of love. When you fill yourself with all of that care and love, you're able to give more back to the people in your life that you, in the season of your life, serve. And you guys could be serving the community, your church. Some of you are teachers. You teach you mold little minds all day in class. I'm looking at you, Miss Ricky Carter. So some of you have some incredible responsibilities. Some of you are taking care of parents and husbands and children that have developmental needs, health needs. So you are definitely, you need to be your own caretaker too. You're just as important too. And I think that's what's been so wonderful about Camp Reset is getting to read all these posts. For the first time I'm doing this. How many of you guys posted a video for the first time and or made a layout or shared, just even posted a picture and shared it in a group? I just felt like a proud mama looking at some of you guys that would never do stuff like that, but you felt like you wanted to be part of this. And I am so proud of you for doing that. So seriously, I feel a little bad that I didn't participate, but honestly, you guys just blessed my socks off by getting out of Camp Reset what I truly intended you to get. That's what I wanted for you. So this has been very inspiring to me because look at it this way. The time that I would normally spend like sketching out sticker designs and sketching out ideas for stickers, I took all that energy and all that creativity and I focused it on something that I felt would bless you guys deeply and profoundly. So that was a better use of my time. And I'm so grateful that I did that because now I know that this was really fun for me. It was fun to come up with all of this. And if this is something, you know, that I can offer a few times a month, a few times a year, then, you know, that's my way of getting to use my creativity and getting to use my awesome, you know, awesomeness to do something for you guys that helps you, maybe more than, you know, some of the other things I could come up with. So I think this was very successful. Now, if you were one of the stragglers and one of the people not doing your camp activities, please know that you are more than welcome and encouraged to continue posting your camp experiences, your camp projects, asking for camp encouragement in the Late Night Crafty Club. Okay? I'm sorry. Gosh darn it. My vocabulary, blah, blah, blah. In the Happy Place Club. I need to like change the names of these things so they don't sound so similar. The Happy Place Club. Please post in the Happy Place Club. If you have not asked to join yet, please do. I'm going to archive the Camp Reset. So I think when you archive on Facebook, I think that if you're in the group, you can continue to see things. You just can't post. You can't post, you can't comment, you can't interact. I believe this. Now, I could be wrong, but that is what I think. Now, the best way to know that, one way or the other, is how many of you guys were in my Carpe Diem Planner Girls group? That you know for a fact that you were a member, because that group has been archived. So if you were in it and you can still see it on your like in your Facebook app, a lot of you guys use your phone, so I'm just doing that. I think if you are in the group and I archive it, I think you can still see it. So I'm not sure though. So if I have any Facebook experts, because I am not one of them, I do not know how to use Facebook. Very, very, very rarely. Okay, so I do have a couple, but that would be the test to determine whether or not you can see, because I really don't know. So yes, you can still see it. So if you can go in it and see stuff inside of it, then maybe that's the determining factor. And if that's the case, then you guys would still be able to see things in the group, but there's no more interaction whatsoever. So, bye, Debbie. Bye. Okay, thank you, Susanna. So, oh, darn it. Okay, I saw part of your answer. You can view posts, no posting or commenting or liking. Okay, so that's a happy compromise. If you're still in camp, you can see the posts. You can see maybe that now that everything freezes, now you can kind of like take your time to look through the group. Do a search maybe that'll let you search and you can look for some of the things that you couldn't find before, because there was a lot of fast and furious posting. I get that. So it was easy. And that's kind of one of the challenging things with Facebook, is that everything constantly flows, you know, it jumps around based on the activity in the group. So that's going to be what happens with Camp Reset, is we're just going to archive it, and you can actively continue posting and interacting with each other in the Happy Place Club. So that will be the plan for your camp experience. And again, do not feel embarrassed. Do not feel ashamed. Do not feel bad about going into the Happy Place Club and going, oh, is it okay? It is absolutely okay. It is absolutely fine. You are going to be in good company. There's going to be lots of campers right there with you who, for many reasons, and nobody needs to explain their business and make, you know, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. It's life. It's what happens. And I know that, you know, for the most part, Camp Reset in your list of priorities in life, you know, that is definitely something you can choose to participate in or not. So some of us were able to do that this month, and I am so glad. And now those of you who were not, I hope that you take the inspiration that your campers, you know, your fellow campers gave you, and you go on in the Happy Place Club, and you go forward with that inspiration in your head and your heart. And you start taking good care of yourself in August. So I sent you guys, all of the campers, all 5,800 of you, I sent you guys an email today. And by I sent you, I mean Susanna sent you. We sent you a survey that asked you about your Camp Reset experience. And I think there's maybe 5 or 6 questions. It takes less than 5 minutes to do. And I truly, truly hope that you would take a moment and answer the questions I have for you, because if you do that for me, then I am able to take that information and plan other fun, exciting challenges and things for you guys. But that helps me know what to do, because otherwise I'm just guessing. And I don't want to guess. I want to do things that make sense. So I would really, truly appreciate you guys taking the time to do that for me. And one of the things that I've actually been looking forward to is August 1 is, I don't know about you guys, but I have been sitting here waiting to use. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that some of you guys, thank you, Miss Retro, that I've been waiting to use some planners.
Don't cover up the mic, please.
Planners that I bought. How many of you guys have been waiting on being able to use a planner? Because most of these planners start in August. I swear, I feel like I didn't know what I was doing in July, because I was like, well, I have this planner waiting for me, and I didn't want to just write in a random, you know, notebook somewhere, some, you know, random thought. But I have these 3 planners waiting for me, and I decided that I was going to try some different planning this year than I normally do. So these are not planners for like writing appointments in necessarily. I still have my Boss planner. Okay. And then I got a couple other smaller planners to do some very basic things. So this is the planner I just wanted to toss in my bag, because it's really small and lightweight, and I thought it was so cute. I got one, me and my mom each got one, and I really liked the format of it. So I really liked that. I thought that was a really cool, really simple little planner. So I usually keep a small paper planner in my bag at all times, just for jotting down anything and everything. So this is like the stuff that I keep in there, and it becomes what I will later transfer, if necessary, into my Boss planner. And this is like the boss of everything. And I did go see the new Martha Stewart stuff, and I actually bought one thing because I wasn't buying no more of these. But I got one of the pockets that they make for this size, so I got a pocket. But all of my planner inserts are going to be in the printable store. So you guys will be able to get undated inserts and use them forever you want. But my Boss planner thing is like, this one right here is my favorite. And I love this for my business. But I wanted a couple other planners to do other things with. So I got this one. I wanted to show you guys this because I have not done a planner video in so long. This is the company that makes all the beautiful notebooks that I love, and I used this one, and I took 2 notebooks and made it into one big giant notebook and put a new cover on it, which is this one. But it's called Fringe Studio is the brand name, and their stuff always pops up at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and what's the store that TJ Maxx partnered with? Is it Marshall's? That's where their stuff always shows up. This whole planner was $12.99, and it has the beautiful gold coil, and it had really lovely neutral pages, which I am crazy about neutral because I love adding my own stuff. And I thought this would be an awesome planner to write about the adventures that Mr. Crafty and I go on, because it has this nice horizontal layout in it. And I thought, well, the cover is perfect. So this was my way of just having a really super easy memory keeping type of, like, just taking a note every single day that I write a little note like, hey, we drove through here, we passed this, we ate this. Just simple like that. So that's what I wanted to do, was just have a simple little planner for our new adventure that we were on. And at $12.99 for a planner that lasts, it's an 18-month planner for $12.99, and it's actually lovely. I decided that was well worth the money. It even has a few pages of graph paper in between the months, which I love graph paper. So I figured this would be perfect, because then at the end of every month I could do some memory keeping, like laying down some photos that I took. And there's plenty of room in the weekly layout for also doing that too. So that's what I decided to do. And then when Shop Bando came out with their new planners for 2018, I told myself, you're not buying yourself another planner. But then, of course, I came up with the reason why I could use this planner. So a lot of you are familiar with their brand, but it's very, very youthful. It's the kind of, to me, it reminds me of something you would buy, you know, your college age kid, your high school kid. It's just really fun. It reminds me of high school, like the doodles. But I thought, you know what, even if I don't use it truly as a planner, I thought it would be really fun to just like get messy, like treat it like a smash book, just watercolor it, put my collaging in it, and just maybe do some brief journaling. So maybe I don't, you know, keep a weekly log. Maybe I just do one day looks like this and another day looks like that. So I just figured it would be fun just to have a fun, easygoing planner to just like wreck it, you know, like wreck this planner. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to make it crazy pants, fill it full of notes and stickers and just silly stuff. And I just kind of think when you find a planner that is just kind of goofy and and fun like that, I just figured, well, I'll try it again, because last year I did get the smaller version of this and I barely used it. So this year I'm doing it this time. So I really am going to get more crafty and be back to posting. My poor little Instagram channel is just so sad and lonely. I mean, do you guys even see anything I post anymore? Sometimes I feel like the algorithm on Instagram has changed so much. I feel like I totally do not ever, like, I don't feel like that people see my stuff anymore, even when I do post. So I'm going to make a bigger effort to get back in it. I used to be like a fiend with Instagram. I used to post like 4 to 5 times a day. So I don't know if that will make a difference, because I honestly think that algorithm just really kind of changed things for everybody. But I'm going to get back to being crafty, at least in my planners. But this right here, I have so many plans for doing disc bound workbooks for 2018 for you guys. So I have lots of fun stuff planned because I think that Discbound, it's really funny how much I hated the idea of Discbound at first, because long before the Happy Planner came out, there was ARC, and Martha Stewart was out for a really long time. And then her stuff kind of like disappeared off the shelves, and everybody was like, I'll pay anything for it on eBay. So I was so happy when she brought it back. But I really have grown to love it. I love the metal discs. I always upgrade my discs. I don't like the discs that come with the Martha Stewart or any of the plastic ones. I always pay a lot of money for the good metal ones that like Levenger makes, and they make these gorgeous rose gold ones. I just got those. So I was just showing you guys last week the really fun workbook that I'm putting together. That's going to be the Healthy Girl Playbook. So I have some really cool stuff coming. We talked about how I was going to have a Facebook group that you guys would be able to join, and we could post about our fitness and all that good stuff, because that is a huge initiative for me right now. And how many of you guys made some kind of difference, you know, that week that we did the healthy sips and snacks and then we moved on to like stepping? How many of you guys felt like your some of the stuff that you tried made a difference for you, that it got you thinking, that you kind of made more baby steps towards like, you know, maybe I really should do something more, stop talking about it, but actually do stuff about, you know, changing how you eat. I feel like there's so much stuff available now to us, so much information. One of my favorite places to go for watching documentaries is Netflix. It is amazing. Netflix is, to me, one of the best public services out there in terms of the information it has made available, because I don't think I would have known or seen half the stuff that I've seen now had I not been like, you know, what is that? Or my mom watching a documentary and mentioning it to us, and then you watch one, and then of course Netflix offers more for you to watch. And I just feel like we just got a whole lot of information the last couple months, and it's completely changed. Stephanie, girl, I'm high-fiving you right now. I'm telling you, Forks Over Knives was like, what? A lot of them were. So, and yay, I am so glad that some of you guys were like getting your fruit infused, you know, pitcher, like Miss Lynn is saying. Some of you guys were making like those fruity waters for the first time, pulling out, yay, I'm using your Fitbit, I'm using my Fitbit again, that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. And that's why I'm in that mindset too, that I'm going to be getting into that even more deeply than I have been, because I spend a lot of part of my day now focused on our health, because of all the stuff that, you know, when you eat healthy, that means you have to stop buying packaged food a lot of the times, and processed food and frozen food. You can't go through the drive-thru anymore, and you're back to like prepping a lot of stuff on your own. So it has been very eye-opening to me, and it's been something I realized like I really want to get back to, taking care of my health, doing food prep. And I thought, you know, if I have to do this anyway, I know there's a lot of women, just watching you guys, what you were doing through Camp Reset was really amazing. You know, for a lot of you just going, wow, I wouldn't have tried this before, but it was wonderful. So I wanted to share a couple things that I had gotten recently that have really been, have been really exciting. And I am not, I'm not proselytizing and telling you what food plan you should be on or anything like that. I'm only sharing with you some of the things I've been doing that have made a huge difference. And I want to be brutally honest in my Facebook group about my weight loss journey, whatever you want to call it, is because in many ways, I feel like I have have had, you know, on the scale of healthiness, I've had a seriously unhealthy relationship with food. So that going from the kind of person that I was to who I am now, right, and having the cravings to deal with and everything like that, all the different times that I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, and all those things, it always was so frustrating that I could never just finally tell that to like just be stop, you know, psh, no more cravings, no more this or that. And it was really it was really watching stuff like Forks Over Knives and What's with Wheat and What the Health. All those things are the thing that finally got me to go, they scared me straight. those documentaries. Yes, Jane, I love bread too. I've loved bread. I am a carb-aholic. I love bread. I have not touched bread in 2 months. I have not eaten meat in 2 months. I look at every single package we look at. I scan for sugar. So have cut out sugar. And I would say of all the things that I stay away from, sugar probably is the one that I might bend a little bit on, because sometimes no matter what you do, there's going to be some kind of sugar. Yep, really no bread, no bread, no bread, no meat, no sugar. But I have to tell you guys something. I do not feel deprived. I do not feel bad. I feel fantastic. I feel so good, because I know that I am walking closer and closer to the point where I'm going to be someone who thinks from a healthy perspective. You know, you see people walking around, and like here in the Pacific Northwest, there's a lot of healthy people. They watch what they eat. There's a lot of people who run here, and I'm from California. That's like the hotbed of like caring about what your body looks like and everything. But people here are it's very interesting. People are very much into healthy eating, organic eating, and all that stuff. So it's been inspiring to see that. And I've always wondered, like, how do you get to be that way? How do you think like that? How do you care so much that you could look at a plate of like cheesecake and go, I would never eat that? How do you do that? Because I don't know. Well, one of the things that I found is that there are amazing cooks out there, amazing chefs that have developed recipes that you just switch the ingredients so you can still have things that you liked before, but you eat them made with different ingredients, and it's actually quite yummy. So I found some cookbooks that I have just been loving, and this is really plant-based eating has really been the thing that we have been really focused on doing. Plant-based has so far it has really been working. So one of the books I got recently, and I posted this I posted it in camp, and I posted it on the Happy Place Club, and this is from America's Test Kitchen. And if any of you guys have ever seen America's Test Kitchen, they are bomb. They are so awesome, because they show you, like, it's like scientific how they show you how food is, how you create and cook with it, and they test all the recipes to get the perfect version of that recipe, and which is one thing I love. So I thought, if anyone's gonna know like how all like different types of ingredients work together, and it would be them. So I grabbed this one, Vegan for Everybody, and I grabbed the spiral bound version, even though it was more expensive, because it totally does this. It's magical. And on my tiny little kitchen counter that I have to work with, that is just enough. So I definitely, this has been one of my favorite cookbooks, just to, like, this is what I'll do at night, is just look through my cookbooks and make decisions about which ones I want to go shopping for. Because when you eat healthy, you end up shopping a lot more than normal. Plus, we have an RV refrigerator, which is smaller, so I end up having to do that anyway. And then there's this one called But I Could Never Eat Vegan. And I will be honest with you, I am not a true vegan. I don't want to give any false information there. I honestly, I'm still have not been able. Yes, these are all of these were Amazon. Do you want to put the? I posted the link to this. The one thing I still eat that is not vegan is I'll eat shrimp, because I love seafood, but shrimp is the only one that I have eaten in the last 2 months. And from time to time, I'll have salmon that is like, what do they call it? Like farm raised. So those are my two weaknesses, the two things I haven't given up, but I've given up dairy, eggs, sugar, gluten. And yes, Jenny, it's like being a pescatarian that doesn't eat dairy. How about that? But then I also don't eat the other stuff. And I know that sounds crazy pants, doesn't it? It sounds like, oh my gosh, Corey, how do you make it? We eat, I'm fine, and I'm so happy. I can't tell you, I am not fighting with the little fat girl inside my head. Is not like, oh, I'm eating cookies. Because now I look at those cookies and think those cookies are going to take a year off my life. Those cookies are clogging my arteries and making me fat. Those cookies are what makes me feel like a 60-year-old woman trapped in a 46-year-old body. Like I feel so old, and it's because I've run my body down. I haven't been exercising. I haven't been drinking fluids and taking care of myself. So yes, Miss Shelley, and when we have that, I was been waiting for the Facebook group, our Camp Reset, to kind of quiet down, and then I was thinking about opening up. See, a 60-year-old woman feels great. I want to be a 60. When I'm 60, I want to feel great. And thank you, Miss Ricky. I want to feel good up inside, and I just can't wait until I get to that point where it's all yay. I'm all about the exercise and the good eating. And without exercising at all, I've already lost weight. But this time it wasn't. I wasn't aiming to lose weight, and that's the key thing. Is this time I've just been trying to make changes over time. So slowly. So the other thing I have here is Vegan with a Vengeance, and this is Isa Moskowitz. She is apparently quite a chef, and she's very well known in the circuit of cooking. So I just figured I would get a few things, and I would just focus on plant-based eating, which is really the key thing. And the plant-based eating has been a huge part. Yes, we are eating tofu. We are. So plant-based eating has been a big focus for, if you watch some of the documentaries on there, like, Forks Over Knives. There's Forks Over Knives, Rip Esselstyn. He's the firefighter who went further to help his fire engine company and get their health back on track. He has a book. It's called Fire Engine Rescue. So Mr. Crafty and I, who have always been huge meat eaters and huge sugar eaters, just eating junk like we're little 12-year-old kids all the time, we are astonished at ourselves every single day. Thank you, truly. That is eating plant-based and sugar-free, gluten-free. I cannot believe how much better I already feel. So I'm just thinking over time, it'll get better. And when I get out exercising and taking care of moving and stuff more, that I'm just going to feel altogether wonderful. Good night, Patty. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. So exactly. So Betty, to your point, there's really funny things you don't think about. I don't think a lot of us think about it. I certainly didn't. There's points that are made, and you guys can watch that stuff and you can decide, it's all a bunch of garbage. There'll be people who watch stuff like that and they won't believe it, and that's fine. And I'm not trying to convert anyone. I am simply saying that this is what I've done, and I come from a place where I've been food obsessed, because being a single woman for as long as I've been, it has been my friend and my comforter, for a very long time. I was not a drinker. I was a cookie eater. So when I had really hard days at work, or really hard times dealing with being a single parent and having, issues dealing with my kid, I was like pounding cookies in my car before I came home, sneaking them into the house. I mean, just like ridiculous. A huge sugar binger, like eating lots of ice cream and that kind of thing. So I know cookies are fab, but I'll tell you what, when they're gluten free, they are not. So they're not worth eating to me anymore because they've already done enough damage. I have already wasted enough of my life um, eating so much bad stuff and doing this to myself that I just don't want to spend any more time. I don't want to waste any more of my time because I feel like I'm on a mission, right? I'm on a mission. I was called to be an encourager, and I feel very strongly that God helped me, with our life the way we have it now, and that I am being called out there to go, and go encourage you guys and go spend time with you and do things with you. That's all stuff I would not have I wouldn't have ever dreamed I would want to do stuff like that. So I want to be really, really good about making better choices, and this is where it starts. It's not your stomach, it's all up here. So that's what I really want to focus on. And I feel like a new person because I've never, ever, ever been able to walk past the bakery and not put like cinnamon rolls, cookies, brownies in my cart. Or how many times I would convince myself like that you had a bad day, Corey, you deserve to have those brownies. So I just don't, I'm an all or nothing person. I'm either all in or all out. So I feel like moderation is not something I do well with. I can't just have a little piece of cheesecake. I actually ate vegan cheesecake and I adore it. It is fabulous. It's made with cashews and not dairy. So I thought, well, if I like it just as much as regular cheesecake, that's fine to have. And even though I can, that's not something I'm doing a lot of. Actually, would you mind grabbing my ice cream? I want to show you guys one of my my one guilty pleasure. It's in the door. So I wanted to show you guys this because I have found this like pretty much in all the grocery stores we've gone shopping at. It's and I would never have bought this in a trillion years before, but it's made by So Delicious, and it's dairy free. It's made with cashew milk, not dairy milk, and it's the salted caramel cluster. I can't even tell you guys how good this is. If you didn't know it was made with cashew milk and someone just covered the label and you ate it, you would think that
they have to see you take a bite. I mean.
No, I don't want to take a bite. So anyway, this is the one like little extravagance. There you go, Betty. Woo woo. This is the one little extravagance that I will allow myself. And what I try to do is take one little tiny scoop and put it in a little bitty bowl that I have. So, but I figure over time, like even I want to get away from that. Slowly move away from that. So, so that's what I want to have going with a fitness kind of group where we're focused on getting healthy, and it's not about, I'm not advocating anything. You guys, everyone can come into the group with their own fitness plans and goals. It's really about just having this place to encourage each other. And one thing that I love and I hear a lot is like a lot of you just love the groups that I have. The only thing that I keep an eye on is anything that even smells of drama because I don't allow any of that in the group because I want my groups to be a place that people feel like they can show up and share, and they don't have to deal with, nastiness and gossiping and sharing business that's going on in other groups. I don't want any of that. This is just about, we're supposed to be having fun, right? We're having fun and encouraging each other and playing with our planners and getting to do fun things like Camp Reset. And a lot of you guys are getting to know each other and you see each other in all my groups. So it helps you guys form friendships. So I very much appreciate that about the Reset communities. And I know that you guys do too. So that is what we are going to keep keep it in the mindset of going into a fitness, a health group, let's say. I haven't come up with a cute name yet. But that way you guys will have a place that you guys could just help each other, encourage each other, share resources. And this will be a group that you guys can link and pin all kinds of stuff. I know that I'm kind of like super strict about that in my other groups, but this will be about, you know, helping each other. And some of you guys are low carb, some are keto, some are vegetarian, some are paleo. So you guys come from all different places. And so people that are not doing anything, the happy, healthy place, that's a good one, Diane. So for those of you who are just kind of like, I don't know what I want to do, you certainly can make that decision by just seeing what other people are doing in the group. So that will be a fun thing to have, is no pressure. And of course, there's a cajillion fitness groups on Facebook. I'm sure a lot of you guys are in them already, if that's a focus for you. I know I joined different groups that have popped up because Facebook is like that. Once you tell it that you like one group, it'll go, how about this one or this one or this one? So I joined a few groups that were things like Instant Pot, because I have one. Holy cow, those communities are huge. I don't even know, like, I feel like I don't even know how to, you know, there's so much stuff going on in those. But there's stuff from, I'm from Washington. There's groups for vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, lots of paleo groups. So I know there's tons of stuff out there, but this is just for like you guys. That's funny. This is for you guys to kind of be part of like the planner community and have that group for you. And you can have any planner you want or anything like that, because it's not really about the planner. It's really about, you know, us being in the group together. But I did want you to know that I do have a fabulous workbook in the works for that, because I wanted you guys to have options for tools. And I figure if there's something I'm doing that is working for me, I want to share it with you. That's normally how I work. I develop the tool for myself and then I go, hey friends, do you like it too? So that will be coming shortly. And then the other group that I wanted to mention, if you guys have not noticed, I changed my Faithful Listers Club. I changed it to the Faithful Life Club. So everything that you are, if you did not notice that, I changed it. And if you are a believer and that's something that you want to participate in, that group is there too. I have a little project coming up for that club. I just bought this little teeny bitty Bible. It's a compact size. And so I have a project, a service project, planned for that planned for that club. And I wanted to remind you, because I have posted in a couple other groups that I have this, but this is something we'll be doing, and I can't wait. So I'm going to take a second to take a sip. And I wanted to show you that my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful campers have been sending me fabulous, fabulous little postcards and letters. And it's really fun to see all the states that they're coming from. I've absolutely loved getting, like, I haven't opened them all. So I have like some from the Netherlands and Saratoga, which is in the Bay Area, New Jersey, Texas. And then this was so cute. This was a blessings postcard from Illustrated Faith. And there's Arizona. And then I have these like cute little camera, another Texas. So this was so fun. Michigan. Getting these little state postcards, it just like makes it so super, I don't know, it just makes you guys feel so real. you're so much more real now that I can tangibly hold you in my hand. So it has really been fun to get these from you. Oh, Miss Julie. Yay, there's Julie's. Illinois. Miss Tara. And then Colorado. Or is it Colorado? Probably said Colorado. This is Kentucky. Because that always makes me think of fried chicken. I don't know how you can't. They've blazed that into our brains with all their clever marketing. So I don't know how. Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And then I've got all the little Happy Mail, the little letters. Yee! So all this fun stuff. And this one right here, I know is from Australia. So this is super cool. So I appreciate so much La Grande, Oregon, which I drive through Oregon quite frequently. Hope to live in Oregon one day because it is such a beautiful state. Oh my goodness. I say this to you guys all the time. If you ever have like one state to come visit, Washington, Oregon, I highly recommend. They are just absolutely stunning. So this has been so fun, and I appreciate that you guys took the time to send them to me. I will cherish them so much. So many little Texas cards, which is so fun. So I just wanted to show you that it's been mail call in Camp Reset. So lots of good stuff going on there. Thank you. It's the P.O. Box. And the P.O. Box, if you guys ever want to know, the P.O. Box is actually at the bottom of our store website, like on the resetgirlshop.com. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the screen, it has a P.O. Box there. And that is where people have been sending these to. So, well, Anne, if you want to send me a card from Maine, I would love to have one because I do not have a Maine postcard. So, hi, Paulette. Well, I'm having a wonderful weekend. I'm here with all my friends. No, Miss Victoria, I did not get your card. I am sorry to hear that you sent one to me and I didn't get one. Thank you very much. That's very thoughtful of you. If it was sent to the post P.O. box, we've already checked it a couple times, so I know that I did not get it in this little pile. So I've been doing a good job. Hi, Laura. Hi, Miss Heidi. And that would be wonderful. I love Montana. And I did get one from Kentucky. I did. I just, Grand Junction, Colorado. I got one from Kentucky. So I think that is super, the address on the website isn't a P.O. box. You know what? It technically it is, but they make it look like it's fancier. It'll say like Suite A 349. That's technically a P.O. box. So that is the one to send it to. And that is where everyone else. So it's Corey Speaker, 3800 Bridgeport Way West, Suite A 349, University Place, Washington. So that is it. That would be cool, a Joshua Tree one. So thank you, Miss Natasha. I know, isn't it fancy? We're in a suite just to collect our mail. I have 3 from Texas, but I know I have more Texas ladies, so I would love more. And I will be coming to Texas in September. So September 23rd is my first scheduled workshop, and all the way through the first week of October. And then I was hoping, possibly thinking I would nudge my way back up to like the Kansas area. So, yippee! Yes, the Barnyard Chicken. That is a lovely alias. I love that. The Barnyard Chicken. So, hello, Bubs. I'm glad you didn't completely miss all of it. So, just to go back and reiterate that I am working on getting our website set up so that I'll have a workshop page on there. Just like if you go up there now, you'll see Listers Got a List, communities, all across the top of the navigation bar. So there'll be a workshop page, and if you go there, you'll see like, here's the different workshops she teaches, and this is where she's teaching. And if you would like me to come teach where you are, if it's at a scrapbook, or the area is large enough that it would, I would be able to have multiple people come. Bye, Melissa. Then there will be a little way of contacting us, and we can talk about what that would look like, because I have really been trying to get workshops lined up across the country. So you guys are so sweet as you're saying goodnight to everybody. So I love that. So that is my plan, getting my workshops set up. And then you will see there'll be a section for online workshops. So that's the other part that I have been working on, is getting that stuff together and getting that. So the Faithful Girl workshop will probably be the first one, the first online workshop that's posted. So I'm going to have multiple online products that we'll get to do. Good night, Miss Jenny. That will be for all of you guys to do, and they'll be fun, private Facebook groups. Once you are take a workshop, and you'll be able to be in there and support each other in putting together your planners and all that good stuff. So are we tired? Are we ready for bed? Good night, Jenny. I am getting tired. So tell me and do you know when I'm teaching in St. Pete? I am teaching in St. Petersburg on December 8th and 9th of this year. And that will be, I'll be there in December. So I'm hoping that through December, I'm going to try and get more places in Florida on my calendar. So I have to figure out what other stores are there. I know there's one in South Florida. So if I have any Florida girls that want to help me out with that, that would really help me, because this is all new to me, figuring out getting on a circuit so I can come around. Right, Miss Angela? That's right, because we're going to be hanging out and having friend time together, because I missed your face. So I need to start getting all this stuff together. And once I start getting around the country, then it'll be easier for us to have these. Then I'll understand how to set things up, and then I can offer more. Good night, Sue. She's tapping out. Yes, I'm going to be a circuit rider. Kat, there's two local Washington groups. There's the Tacoma Planner. I think it's called Tacoma Planner Peeps, I think is the name. And then there's the PNW Planner Girls. So there are very big planner group here in the Pacific Northwest, if you look on Facebook. So Miss Katie, I think St. Pete is the closest I'm getting to Jacksonville. And I would love to come to St. Augustine if there is on that side of the state. I feel like I cannot remember the name of it, but I've met the owner, lovely owner of a big scrapbook store on that side of the state. I just can't remember what it was called. So there's a raw restaurant. I believe it. That's a very healthy eating area. And you know what? Miss Kristen, I agree with you. There doesn't seem like there's a lot in the New England, but someone did reach out for me from Connecticut and named a scrapbook store. This is a scrapbook store in Connecticut, so it's just me needing to schedule that. And I probably won't do that during the winter because I'm guessing it's going to be very wintry. You guys love your snow, and I love snow, but Mr. Crafty does not want to drive the RV in the snow. Boo. But then again, I don't either, so I guess I can't blame him. But I definitely am going to be, good night, Natalie. I'm definitely going to be working my way. I have a vision where I want to offer Reset Girl retreats. where I control, you know, the location and everything. And I have a wonderful partner to collaborate with to help me get that going. So that's something that's on my to-do list. So I'm working on that so that we can have really fun retreats. And what I would really, really love to do is get, good night, Janice, and get late night crafty clubs on the books. I would love to host a late night crafty club, like an event where you come in your jammies and with all your crafting supplies ready to craft up a storm. So that's something that these are all plans I have and that I will make happen. You guys are so cute. I always feel like we should sing that song from, oh my gosh, what is the name of that movie, you guys? When they're all singing, goodbye, so long. The Sound of Music. That's what I feel like I'm doing. So Texas is big, yes. So far, I'm like kind of in the center. It's like Joshua, Keller, and Jacksonville are kind of like the little area, and that's all kind of in the Dallas area. So I'm trying to like, I need to go down a little bit further. I'm trying to see if I can get like Waco, possibly closer to like the San Antonio area is where I'm hoping to go. So that's what I'm up to, and I will make sure, again, it will be on my website, theresetgirl.com. There you go, Amy. So Deanza, it'll be on theresetgirl.com. I don't have it yet, but I will have a place on there where you guys can see the stores that I'll be teaching at and how to contact them to say, hey, I want to come to the Reset Girl workshop. One of the places, the Flint Gypsies, where I will be, they've already sold quite a few seats, and they haven't even I haven't even given them the class description yet. So that's pretty awesome. And I would love to go to Colorado. That's one of my just beautiful state. I'm a mountain girl. I love the mountains. Good night, Victorville in California, right? Because that is Victorville. That's Bay Area, right? I feel like I've been gone so long. I'm trying to remember. Is that Bay Area? So isn't this wonderful, you guys? When you think about it, look at all the places that you guys are from. You're from all over, not just the country, but the world. And I just think it's so fun that this passion that we all share has brought us together and allowed us to like be in here, you know, chatting and talking to each other. And, well, Miss Janet, if that's true, I would love to chat with you, girl, because I am struggling. If you would reach out to me on slapithi@theresetgirl.com, I would love that. Good night, Miss Leslie. You guys are so cute. Yes, Miss Ricky, you better be there. And we have a box for you for your classroom. We are getting that together this weekend, hopefully, and getting that off to you before we shut down the office. So we're putting together that box. And how many students do you have in your class? I even forgot to ask that question. And I'm hoping that you see me when you're in Keller too. Keller is the little blue house. So I talked to Miss Tracy the other day, and we were working out the dates and everything. So I have that set up. I'm so excited, you guys. I have always wanted to go to Texas and just, I got to drive through Texas, and I'll tell you what, you guys have a huge state. I feel like it took us 2 days, two and a half days, maybe 3, to drive across your fair state. So I am told that you guys are the girls that are willing to drive the distance to come to a workshop. So just saying, you guys better represent, because here where I live, people don't want to drive 30 minutes to come to a workshop. So they want it in their backyard. And I think it's funny. I was hearing a lot of jokes about how you guys will drive 30 minutes to go to Taco Bell. So I love that. So yay. So I'm so excited to actually like see your little faces that I see in the group, that I see in my groups all over, and get to actually see. Good night, Christina. That I will get to see your little faces for real and give you a big hug and just show you how much that I appreciate you and care about you. So that's really, it's going to be like the tour of love, you know, a larger quantity of. And I was hoping that those of you who are teachers might be looking for like a lister's got a list opportunity, and Miss Ricky being an English teacher, that is a perfect fit, because there's a lot of kids. When Listers Got a List came out the first year, there were a lot of kids that were doing listers in their classroom because their teacher was someone who followed me. So I just thought that was so cool. And you guys can go on listersgotalist.com anytime you want. There is like 2 years worth of prompts in that folder that you can print out. And that's an easy button of keeping them occupied, especially on a rainy day and they can't go out in the playground. But you can use any of the listers prompts as like a little writing exercise to help them think about stuff in their life that they don't normally think about because they're too busy playing video games. So anyway, that would be awesome. A lot of teachers have used that method because they've reached out to me to tell, oh, I'm seeing your face for the first time. Hands. And we're going to be busy this weekend closing down our little office. Actually, it's not little, it's kind of big. So we're going to be getting stuff put into storage and getting everything prepped for the workshops that I have ahead of me. So it's going to be super fun. And lots of hard work getting all that set up. So I can't wait though, because as soon as everything is put away and our store, you know, is very minimal and awesome now. My daughter will be opening her store very shortly. And so for those of you who love buying my stickers, individual sheets, you will be able to buy them through her store. So all of the Reset Girl stuff will be in different little places, but I will have it on like one central place for you to come to to get everything, whether that's online classes, the printable store, getting individual sheets, or our new physical office. Blech. Okay, so I know, yay for all the teachers. That's me I'm starting the wave. Everybody, we're doing the wave together. Yay. Yay for the teachers. You guys are all going back to school to get back in there in the classroom and mold those little minds and make an impression on them. My heart goes out to you. Wave, yay. Yes. How many of us remember that some of the amazing teachers in our life that just touched our life, changed our lives? So thank you, teachers, for doing that. You're doing work that many of us are just not gifted to do. And so that's really awesome that that's the profession you've chosen, which is in many ways not appreciated enough. And so it is my pleasure to bless you with the little goodies that we have left over in the store. And so yay. So you guys, I would love to say that I'll see you, that like this would be the last Crafty Club, but I checked the calendar and next Friday is the next late night Crafty Club. So we will be back here next Friday, but it will not be part of the Camp Reset experience. We will just be back to ourselves, back to regular life again. And hopefully I will have a craft of, get back to crafting and get back to like doing something fun. So I will try to get my act together this week and actually have something like legit planned for you next Friday. And then the 14th will be the next show. So if you look on the resetgirl.com, my blog, I have a tab up there that says Late Night Crafty Club. So if you click it, you'll see that there's actually a calendar graphic posted, and you can see what the dates are for your, I don't know how much longer that Camp Reset link will stay there. I might have to house it somewhere else because that's very valuable real estate up there. But I might put it like in my free resources library, which is another place. So we'll see how it goes. But I will let you know if I move it. I'll let you guys know that I've done so. Make sure to check your emails, you guys. If you have not subscribed on the resetgirl.com, there's a subscription right at the top. That is my main subscription to the blog. And I am going to be putting lots of really fun stuff on the blog free printables, all kinds of like new stuff that I'm coming out with. And that's how you're going to be like in the know, especially if you want to know when the digital store goes live. So please sign up there, theresetgirl.com. There's a sign up for, you can't miss it. It's right at the top of the screen. And especially when you get on your mobile, it's like you have to like scroll past it to get to the content. So that will be the best way you have of always staying in the loop on my workshops, and I have a really super exciting thing to be sharing with you guys. And I will be using my email to share it as well as posting it. But you really, really, really want to sign up because you don't want to miss it. I will be sending it. I'll be able to announce it very, very soon. And I'm really hoping a lot of my Late Night Crafty Club members will be signing up for this amazing event that I am dying to share with you. So yes, I just saw the school counselor's shout out. Agreed. I loved my school counselor. I was lucky. I was so blessed. We had her for junior high and high school. So I actually had her for 6 years. I spent a lot of time in her office crying probably. So as we head off into the sunset here at Camp Reset, there are a few days left of camp. The camp officially closes on the 31st. So you can definitely continue posting in there until the 31st. And then the do not miss announcement, Miss Angela, will be coming. Hopefully I will get to share it with you. I'm hoping I get to share it with you on Monday, but it might be Tuesday. But please sign up on theresetgirl.com because I have a lot of stuff that you will not want to miss out on coming soon. And this way you guys don't have to worry about missing something in one of my Facebook groups, because if you sign up on the blog, it's like we are directly communicating with each other, and you don't have to worry about missing a blog post, an Instagram post, a video. It's right there. If I post a video, I'll start putting it in the blog post links. I will start delivering that to you right to your inbox. So it makes it super, super, super easy peasy. And is there anything else? I see all you guys like putting your last little messages out there. I love you guys to pieces. And I just thank you so much for blessing me, for changing my life. I am just giving you back just a little piece of what you guys have given me. So I appreciate all your little faces, and I can't wait. Thank you, Miss Michelle. I will be coming up to see you soon. So I can't wait to be out there on the road. The reason why we have Miss Liberty is to be hugging you guys up. Yes, Miss Victoria on theresetgirl.com, theresetgirl.com. That's where you guys want to go to sign up so that we can all stay in touch and that we can be talking to each other, because that's how you will not miss stuff. People, always say, I didn't know when this was posted. When was the sale? When did this launch? I missed it. Social media is a big, crazy, up and down roller coaster. It's easy to miss stuff. But I promise you, theresetgirl.com, I will make sure that you don't miss stuff. I will be sending it, and I will be more consistent. I'm making you a vow. And I love your little faces to pieces. I thank you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you guys soon in person for hugs wherever I can. So, thank you guys for showing up tonight. Thank you for being such wonderful campers. You guys have made that experience so wonderful for me. I was blessed to see you guys have such a ball, and I will be really happy to see your faces in the Happy Place Club, continuing for those of you who have been straggling to continue to post your projects and all of your fun campy stuff. And when I am ready to launch the Facebook group for health and fitness, I will be announcing it on theresetgirl.com. So make sure that you sign up so you do not miss it. So I will be coming to Florida, Miss Cheryl. Good night, Miss Angela. Good night, girls. I love your little faces. I'll see you guys soon next Friday night at the Late Night Crafty Club. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. Good night.